Hey everybody, it's Miss Sublet, and I am on here for our very first guidance lesson. And it's a very important lesson that we do every year at the beginning of the year just to get us off on the right start. And we have new students in our school. Maybe they're brand new as kindergarteners, or maybe they came here from another school and have never heard about bullying. Okay, so every year at the beginning of the year, Miss Sublett likes to have a little lesson on it just to go over things. Okay, and most of you know all about our second steps and how we talk about bullying with the three R's. So let's see here. Make us a little bit bigger here. Bullying, let me move myself out of the way here. So, bullying is when someone keeps being mean to someone else on purpose. Notice that I said keeps being mean because bullying usually happens over and over again. Okay, now really quick, I want to go over some things that kids always come to me and they say, Miss Sublet, so and so is bullying me. And I'm like, well, this is the first time I've heard about it. How long has he been doing this? Or how long has she been doing this? And they'll say, well, this is the first time. And I'll say, well, it's not bullying if it's the very first time they've ever been mean to you. Now, that's not good that someone is being mean to you. Maybe they called you a name, or maybe they stepped on the back of your foot while you're walking down the hall on purpose. But that isn't bullying if it was just one time. Okay? If it happens over and over again, then it's bullying. Okay? And so it's very important that we get that language the right way. Okay? Because you don't want to get someone in trouble for bullying if they're just making a bad choice or if they're just being mean one time. Okay? So there's many different types of bullying. The two that we talk about the most is if someone is hurting someone's feelings. Okay, if someone is hurting your feelings over and over again, then that is bullying. If they're calling you names, if they're making fun of your body, if they're making fun of the clothes you wear, things like that, and it's happening every day, then that is bullying, okay? Now, if someone is hurting your body, if someone is pushing you, if someone is kicking you, if someone is hitting you, if someone is pulling your hair, okay, every day, that is bullying and that is hurting someone's body. All right. Now, the one that you might not know about is called excluding somebody. All right. I am starting my own girls' club and everyone can be in it, but not you. You can't be in my club. That's called excluding somebody, okay? We don't do that at Houstonville Elementary. We want everyone to feel happy. We want everyone to feel good about being at school. So we want to make sure everyone's included, okay? Maybe at lunchtime you say, I don't want to sit by you. You go sit over there. Nobody wants to sit by you. That's excluding them. Okay, we don't want to be that way. We want everyone at Houstonville to feel happy to come to school and have friends and enjoy themselves and learn, okay? But you can't learn if you're sad because you don't have any friends. All you're thinking is about how sad you are, okay? So we want to make sure everyone's happy at Houstonville Elementary, and we want to make sure everyone feels included, okay? Another thing that we don't talk about very often, but it is included in bullying, is when you get other people to be mean to someone, okay? Maybe you're mad at somebody, and so you go and you tell the whole class, don't be her friend. Don't be his friend. I don't like them, so you shouldn't like them either. That's getting other people to be mean to somebody. Maybe they don't have a problem with that person, but you want them to be mean to them because you're upset with them. That's bullying, okay? So really quick, we'll go over it again one more time. Bullying is when you hurt somebody's body over and over again, okay? By pushing, kicking, hitting, all of that. Bullying is also when you hurt someone's feelings over and over again, like calling them names or making fun of them. Bullying is also when you exclude somebody by saying you don't want them to be your friend or you don't want to sit by them at lunch, okay? And that also includes you try to get other people to be mean to them as well and to exclude them as well. So that is the 3 types of bullying that we aren't going to do at Houstonville, okay? We want to be everyone's friends. And so what we're going to talk about right now, we call this the 3 R's of bullying, okay? R number 1, recognize. Recognize is a big word, Miss Sublett. What does that mean? Well, recognize means that you can tell if someone is being bullied or not, okay? You can see a situation, or you can see an argument, or you can see a fight, or you can observe by using your eyes and your ears, and you can tell that person is being bullied. I can tell that that person is being bullied, okay? R number 2 is report. We are going to report to our teacher or to an adult in our school that somebody is being bullied or that I am being bullied, okay? I recognize that somebody in my classroom is being bullied, so I'm going to go to an adult and report that that person is being bullied to an adult, okay? And the last R number 3, is refuse. I'm going to refuse to let this happen in my school, okay? I'm going to recognize it, I'm going to report it, and then I'm going to refuse to let it happen. And that means that you can be a good bystander. A bystander? Miss Sublett, what in the world does that mean? A bystander is any person who is seeing the bullying happen, okay? Anybody. Any person that is seeing the bullying happen is a bystander, okay? They're the ones that need to report and to refuse to let bullying continue, okay? So if you're a bystander and you see somebody being bullied, it's your responsibility to tell an adult, all right? So I have a, well, how do I get out of here? There we go. I have a poster here, and you'll see this poster around the hallways at our school just as a reminder to recognize, report, and refuse, okay? So here is just putting a visual, putting a picture to what you need to do. This kid over here, he recognizes. He's smart. He knows when he can see bullying happening, okay? Is it on purpose? Is the person being mean on purpose? Is it happening over and over again? Are they hurting their feelings? Are they hurting their bodies? Or are they excluding them? Then you can recognize that is bullying. Now then you'll see on the poster over here, this young lady, she's doing a responsible thing. She's went to an adult and she's reporting. She says here, I need to report some bullying to you, okay? And then over here, she's taking a stand. Our third R is refuse. She says, stop it and stand up to bullies. I'm going to be a powerful bystander, which you can see down here. This person is saying, hey, why don't you be respectful and kind and include others? Stand up for someone being bullied. Don't join in. You're just as bad as the bully if you join in to laugh at somebody. And then you're going to walk away and report it, okay? So, bystander, anyone who's standing around and sees that someone's being bullied, that's a bystander. You can stick up for that person, you can report it, you can make sure bullying does stop in our school. Okay? Now we're going to watch a little video. Our video today is about a guy named Henry, and he's having a problem with a girl named Shireen. Okay, so we're going to watch little clips of a Henry story, and we're going to discuss our clips. So this is part 1, and let's just see what happens.
Have you ever been called names for something you can't change about yourself? Well, I have, and it's no fun.
Oh, look. It's Henry.
Shireen points at me and says loud enough for everyone to hear.
Hello, Four Eyes.
I hate it when she makes fun of me because I wear glasses, but if I don't wear them, I can't see.
Hey, Henry. You've got big old bug eyes, just like my pet frog. Can you say ribbit?
Okay, so what do you all think? Do you think that Shireen is being respectful? Is she being a good friend? Is she being kind? I don't think so. I think that she possibly could be bullying. So let's move on to the second.
This me every day in the lunch line. She always bumps into me really hard on purpose, calling me Four Eyes instead of by my real name. I mostly try to ignore her, but sometimes I feel so sad inside that I get tears in my eyes. Whenever that happens, Shireen just laughs and does it more. It hurts my feelings, and it's a hurt that gets worse the more she does it.
So let's go back to our presentation and see what kind of bullying do you think Shireen is doing to poor little Henry. So is she hurting his body in any way? No. Is she excluding him? Not really. But is she hurting his feelings? Did you see the tears that was welling up in his eyes? That means that she was making fun of him for his looks, his glasses, and calling him Four Eyes and things. It was really hurting his feelings. And unfortunately, there were some bad bystanders. There were kids that were around and they noticed that he was being bullied, but they weren't sticking up for him. They were laughing along. And remember, if you're laughing at a bully, you're just as bad as the bully. Okay? Let's go on to our third section.
Today, when my teacher, Mr. Beeman, tells us it's time to line up for lunch, I get this achy feeling in my tummy again, and I try to keep myself from crying. I don't even feel like eating lunch anymore, and it's all because of Shireen's teasing. I really want her to stop being so mean, but nothing I do seems to work. I think she's bullying me. I decide to go talk to Mr. Beeman about it. Mr. Beeman's really nice, and he listens. Maybe he can help me figure out what to do or how to make her stop.
Okay. So, Henry realizes that he's being bullied, and so he recognized, right? He used our first R, and he recognized that he was being bullied. And then he used the second R and he reported it to Mr. Beeman. Very good, Henry.
Henry, I'm so glad you came to me with your problem. Tell me more about what's been happening between you and Shireen.
So I do. After he hears what I have to say, Mr. Beeman agrees that Shireen is bullying me. He says that he'll talk to her about it. He's also going to move her to another place in the lunch line so that I can feel safe. But what if she keeps making fun of me when we're not in line? I ask him.
Let's practice what you can say to her using a strong, respectful voice, but without being mean back. Then you need to come back and tell me how it went with Shireen. It's my job to make sure the bullying stops. If that doesn't happen after you've used your words with her, I will make sure she gets the help she needs to stop her bullying.
All right, so Mr. Beeman gives him the advice that you need to refuse. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to try and talk to Shireen about bullying and about how it's hurting your feelings. You need to refuse to let the bullying happen, okay? Because we are our first boss, us. We are in charge of ourselves. So if we don't take care of us, how can we expect somebody else to? So the first step in stopping bullying is to say, hey, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with you hurting my feelings. I'm not okay with you hurting my body. You need to stop. And then if that doesn't work, that's when the teacher's turn, it will become the teacher's turn to make sure that it stops. Okay? So, but you personally, you got to stick up for yourself first. Let's see what Shireen says here. Everybody must be teaching bullying lessons today because they're not opening when I need them to. Here we go.
Now that Mr. Beeman has moved Shireen to another part of the lunch line, I actually feel like eating today. But just when I start to eat, guess who walks by? Shireen.
Hi, Four Eyes.
Using my strong, respectful voice, I say, Shireen, stop calling me Four Eyes. There's nothing wrong with wearing glasses.
But I'm just kidding.
Well, it's not funny. It's bullying. Shireen looks surprised and worried. She must know what she did is wrong and hurtful.
It's looking like I didn't realize I was being a bully. Okay? And I want to point out one thing that Shireen says to him. She says, well, I was just kidding. I was just joking. That is the biggest thing. Kids come to my office whenever I talk to a kid about bullying. They say, well, Miss Subla, I was just kidding around. I was just joking. Well, here is some advice that I want you to listen to. If the person that you're joking with or kidding around with isn't laughing, it's not funny. Okay? Do not make jokes about people's appearance, how they look, their glasses, the clothes they wear, other things in their life. Do not make jokes about them, because just because you think it's funny doesn't mean that person thinks it's funny. So if you like to joke around, if you're a cut up, maybe you're a class clown, you keep it funny without making fun of somebody. Okay? There's other ways to be funny. Okay? You can put a pencil up your nose. Okay? Look how funny Miss Sublet is without making fun of anybody. What do you think? Is that funny? You can put an apple in your teeth and walk around like this all day. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. See, that's funny. But making fun of people is not funny, okay? So I wanted to bring that up. But now let's see what happens at the end with Shireen.
After thinking about it for a minute or two, Shireen says,
I'm sorry, Henry. I won't do it anymore.
now I'm surprised. I say, okay. Telling her to stop in my strong, respectful voice worked. What a relief. Peanut butter and bologna sandwich, here I come.
Okay, sorry, I had to take a bite of that apple because it was actually pretty good. So, as you saw, Henry, he used the 3 R's. He recognized that bullying was happening. He reported it to Mr. Beeman, and then he stood up for himself, okay? He refused to let bullying happen, and he stood up for himself, and he told Shireen, hey, Shireen, this is just bullying. I don't think this is funny. I don't want you to bully me anymore. And Shireen didn't even know she was bullying him, okay? She thought she was just being funny. So, moving forward throughout the rest of the year, I want you to remember that Miss Sublett, Miss Lynn, Mr. Ledford, all your teachers, every adult in this building is here for you. If somebody is bothering you, if someone is hurting your feelings, if someone is bullying you. But remember, bullying is only when it happens over and over again. Okay, sometimes kids come to my office and they'll be like, Miss Sublett, they're bullying me. And I'll be like, no, they ain't. Okay, but that doesn't mean someone should call you a mean name or, anything like that. But you just have to be careful whenever you report bullying, making sure that it's actually a bullying situation. Okay, I'm excited to have you all here, and thank you, students. And Miss Sublett is here for you if you ever need me. And if anybody is ever bullying you, remember to use the 3 R's